Well, hey guys, welcome back to Wasting Time in the Woods, and we are doing something totally different today. I am out of the garage and off script, so there's probably going to be quite a few more jump cuts than normal, maybe a few less jokes, but I'll still make a fool out of myself, so I'm sure there'll be something to laugh at. Today we are going up the hill and we're going to test out the snow and ice capability of the GX. We haven't had it up to the snow, and we have just had a ton of snow dumped about an hour or two north of Phoenix. We're just getting ready to head out for the day. So I thought I'd bring you guys along with me and see what makes the GX capable in snow and ice. Let's go. While we head out across the desert into those beautiful snow-capped mountains, I thought I'd regale you with this epic drone shot. Oh yeah, I bought a drone. And I decided to fly it in the snow the first day I got it. That might have hilarious consequences in about 4.5 minutes. But speaking of segues, let's get back to the car. While we made our way up the hill, I thought about how little I really knew about driving in inclement weather. I grew up in California, I wasn't carrying any chains. I'm not even sure where the jack is in the 460. In a situation like this, the important thing to remember is, oh look, snow. All right guys, well we've made it up to Payson. We're at about 5,000 feet. We didn't see any snow or ice on the road up here. It had all been plowed and melted off. But I did find a little forest road right outside of town here, and we're gonna be able to put it in 4-low and go down the hill and try out the Atrac. Atrac is Toyota's traction control system. And what it does is essentially locks the brakes or feathers the brakes on any wheel that is spinning, and that way the other wheels get the power rerouted to them. So in addition to the center locking differential, which makes sure that either one back wheel or one forward wheel has power at all times, the Atrac system takes over when one of the left to right wheels slips. So not quite as good as a locking differential, but I don't know. We'll see how it works. Let's go. Atrac stands for Active Traction Control. Toyota's stability system is called VSC, or Vehicle Stability Control. While Atrac is designed specifically for traction, the stability control system is more about keeping you from rolling over on a freeway interchange or a road rage incident, like this. Yeah, you're not going to want to mess with that system unless you get really stuck. When it comes to off-road capability, it's really all about making sure that power is routed to the ground efficiently, which is exactly the opposite of what you're about to see my wheels doing on screen here. We got down this road about a half a mile, and we're getting sucked into every single rut. It's getting a little sketchy. It's really more mud and ice than snow at this point. So I think I'm gonna go for the air down, get that extra traction, and see if it handles any better. So I got the tires aired down. What I read this morning from just searching around for people who have a lot more experience in this sort of situation than I do, which is a lot of people, essentially airing down is still a great thing to do, especially if you're on the trail in snow. The only time you really wouldn't want to air down is if you're on the pavement. Now, if there's a few inches of snow or 6 inches of snow on the pavement, you're probably going to be driving slow anyway, so airing down is not going to be a real issue. And you want that extra bite to be able to cut down through the snow and make traction on the pavement. If you're on the trail like we are today, cutting down through the snow isn't going to do you a whole lot of good except making those tires spin. So I went ahead and aired down, and we'll see if that helps with the slippage. Well, it was immediately apparent that I should have just aired down from the start. Airing down to 18 PSI probably doubled my footprint and in turn my traction, making it drastically easier to keep the vehicle on the road. I went from slipping and sliding to only slipping a bit. But enough about the truck. Let's throw some snowballs.
Whoa, I can't believe it went in the track! Well, it's standing on a tree! It's standing on a tree!
We were having so much fun that I figured this was the perfect time to take out that brand new drone. I mean, what could go wrong? It's a tiny little drone flying over miles and miles of melting snow and ice, operated by an idiot who purchased it that very morning.
Amazon!
Ooh, check out that epic shot. Oh, and look at this one. Oh yeah, so epic. Well, I suppose this one's not quite as epic looking. Oh, crap. No worries, I'm sure the next one will work out much. I think it's time to go back to the GoPro. I don't think I'll be taking it out again. I realized as the battery was dying, my drone's not waterproof. I didn't really have anywhere to land, so I had to grab it, and now my hand looks like this. All right, guys, so when it comes to ice and snow and inclement weather, the GX has a lot going for it. Its full-time four-wheel drive system is really robust, and we don't have to figure anything out to make it work. It's just always on, unlike some cars that you need to engage and disengage. It's got low range. When you engage it, it allows you to make the engine run twice as fast for the same amount of movement forward, which gives you more power at lower speeds. So when you turn that on, Atrac comes on automatically. On a 4Runner or some of the other Toyota vehicles, Atrac has to be engaged, but Atrac works automatically on the GX. All you have to do is be in low range and be in full-time four-wheel drive, which it always is. And I just stepped in a giant mud puddle. Sweet. Now, when it comes to chains, in the hardcore off-roading world, a lot of guys say that you should run chains on all four tires, but the jury's kind of out on this. Toyota says to only apply chains on your rear wheels, and that's because there's a lot of delicate stuff up front that have tight tolerances because of the A-arm suspension versus straight axle. But what we do have going for us are all-terrain tires. The KO2s have done great today. This road is trashed. It is completely muddy, and we were just slipping all over the place. It was a challenge getting down here, but GX is pretty capable. So, anyways, that's about all I know about it. I hope we get out of here, because I was trying to get the girls out of the rut, the mud puddle, and it has become so freaking muddy that I'm off the road. A little squirrely. I hope I don't need Matt's off-road recovery after this, but I'm gonna put the GoPro on me so you guys can see my face all the way home. See you in a few minutes.
That was so much fun.
All right, well, it wasn't actually that bad. Even though it's the poor man's version, it's still a Land Cruiser. Rosie conveyed us through the slush, snow, and mud back to civilization without breaking a sweat. All right, guys, well, the air compressor is doing its job, and we got out of there without losing the truck in the ditch. It turned out to really be more of a mud day than a snow day. I thought it was gonna be all snow and ice, but we didn't stop at the highest elevation because we don't have kids with the highest tolerance for car rides. But we had a blast. We checked out the GX's snow and ice capability, and we got out of there. So we survived. Another one in the books. We'll see you next time.